In this week's video, a bird catches some flies, I find Devon's fastest slug, and after a change of plan, I teach you virtually nothing about panoramic photography. Hello everybody, thanks for joining me again. Well, as you can see, I'm back on the River Dart and I'm at a place called Sharrah Pools, and it's quite well known for its swimming spot that's behind me here, but I came to take some photographs of this waterfall. The plan today was actually to go up to Princetown onto the high moor and take some photographs of the dramatic clouds that were forecast today, but they were so dramatic. It was terrible up there, raining, and I couldn't see anything, so I decided to come down to somewhere sheltered. So I've come a little bit further east, and I've walked up from Newbridge to this spot. Now I took a panorama of this waterfall with the tree in the middle a little while ago, but it was a bit of an afterthought. And if you saw last week's video, I tried quite a large panorama in the forest, so I thought I'd come back here and see if I could make a better job of this one. So let's see how we get on. So that's the shot I want to get. I've just put the camera in landscape mode for a second, just to show you roughly the panorama I want to get. But I'll change it to portrait and maybe take 4 or 5 shots across the scene. And I'm just waiting to see what the light does. The sun keeps coming out, which makes it a bit too bright. And at the moment I'm going to be shooting at f11, probably 1/6 of a second at ISO 50. Right, let's see what I can make of this. As you can see, the sky is still quite bright. I have changed the shutter speed so that the foreground is quite dark, but I'm hoping I can recover that in post-processing and recover the sky as well without having to do any exposure blending. Well, hopefully that comes out okay. As I said, the sky was a bit bright, and as you can see, the sun keeps coming in and out. I tried to take a whole pano when the sun was in, so I could get a nice even exposure across the image. Anyway, let's move on, see what else I can get. Well, before we move on, let's look at the images I did take. So the first one was that landscape image at f11, and I just cropped it to a 1:2, and it looks okay, and most of it is in a decent focus. The first attempt at a pano I took didn't really work. As you can see, the boulders in the foreground are blurred. Now it could be because of the camera shake, could be that the shots overlapped, and so were the trees in the background, and some of this is due to just the movement in the wind, as you can see. The second attempt was better. This was eventually just 5 shots, and this time the boulders are in focus, and the trees as well were not moving, and have made quite a good image. So I'm really pleased with this. So the final shot looks like this. Again, it's a 1:2 crop. The only difference between this and the first one will be the number of megapixels, probably about 2.5 times, which will allow me to blow the image up to a larger size if I wanted to. As I said, the plan was to go up onto the moor, so the change of plan has thrown me a little bit, and not really sure what to photograph today. The panorama was an obvious one, and all I'm going to do now is walk downstream and see what I find. Let's go. So, no prizes for guessing what my next subject is going to be. I found another cascade, another small brook that is draining into the River Dart. So I'm going to set the tripod up and try a slow exposure, a long exposure, and see if I can make a nice photograph of this. Well, this first image is just a single shot taken at f11, so it's not bad focus all the way from front to back. Could do with a little bit more sharpness on the boulder in the foreground, but I quite like this image, quite like the dark tone to it and the brightness in the waterfall and the ferns around the top. And then I took this image. Now this is 3 images stacked together. The foreground, midground where the waterfall is, and then the background where the top waterfall is. And have I gained much from it? A little bit. The focus on the rock in the near foreground is very sharp, and I quite like it. Well, not sure if those images are going to be that great, but it was good fun experimenting with a bit more focus stacking and different shutter speeds to see what effects I could get with the water. But I'm going to make my way back through the woodland now, and we'll see if there's any other shots to have. Well, that was a nice surprise, seeing that wagtail, being able to get some good film of him. Time to move on. Well, it's starting to rain now, so I'll put the other camera away. As everybody knows, Sony cameras explode if they get wet. Only joking. But I just stopped by the river just to have a look at this gateway the other side, which just looks like the gateway to Hobbiton. I'll show you the image. Well, I have cheated a little bit. If you can see the colours, this was taken last autumn, but I really do like this. the gates in the middle with the twisted trees around just looked like something from Lord of the Rings. And as I say, that gateway to Hobbiton. Well, if you like some of the photographs I take and want to spend a bit more time at your leisure looking at them, then head over to my website on SmugMug, and I'll put a link in the description below. And as you can see, I have a selection of featured images on the front page and links to my Facebook and Instagram and my Flickr site and my YouTube videos. And then you can browse the different categories, as you can see, seascapes and landscapes and wildlife. And you can choose those, and that'll take you to the photographs. And there's plenty to see. And I'd be happy if you just visit my site and just enjoy the photographs. But if you want, obviously you can click on them and buy different size prints, or if you want canvases to go on the walls. I'm just choosing one here to show you the sort of pricing that they are. You can pick different sizes and different paper styles, and they're all quite reasonable prices. And if you want, you can download them yourself. Also on the website I've got a little bit about myself and why I do what I do and how I've got to this point in my lifetime. And if you're interested in gear, of course I've got a list of all the gear that I use. Anyway, just head over to the website and enjoy. If you want to contact me, then there's a page at the end where you can send me a message. Anyway, that's enough for now. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that subscribe button and give me a like, and I'll see you next week. But for now, cheerio.